In this masterclass, we're focusing on different forms of metering and how we can use them to assist us when mixing. Most DAWs already include a decent set of analysis tools, but if you have the budget, there are some awesome third-party options. That said, if you need a freebie, don't overlook the Computer Music suite, which includes at least a couple of pretty decent spectrum analyzers. Let's start with levels. The options for fader-side metering vary across DAWs, but usually include basic peak level metering, so you should have that covered. If you want more detailed level metering such as RMS, VU or LUFS, which we'll look at in a minute, you may have to load a separate plugin or even purchase a third-party plugin. The reason you might want various level indicators is because they show loudness in different ways. For example, it's easy to have high peaks, but for the mix to sound quiet. RMS, or root mean squared meters, can help you judge this as they better indicate perceived loudness. Here we've loaded up a combined peak and RMS meter on the main mix output. The RMS level will be lower than the peak, as it is here. What's of interest to us is by how much it's lower and also how much variation there is. Although our RMS meter is helpful, it's a real-time meter based on average power. To get a more accurate sense of how loud a track or mix is, we can use what's called an average or integrated reading on a LUFS meter, where the scale is based on perceived loudness. LUFS meters, that means loudness units to full scale, include momentary, short-term and integrated level readings, as well as some level ranges, all of which can be handy. Here you can see the integrated meter has a start option at the bottom, allowing us to collect an average level for various parts of the track. Spectrum analyzers provide a real-time plot of amplitude against frequency and are often incorporated into EQs. These are often line curves and sometimes have adjustable precision and may also have a zoom option. Other formats include multiband graphs. For audible frequencies, the spectrum analyzer is a great second-line tool. If, for example, you can hear a prominent and maybe undesirable tone in a sound, a quick look at the analyzer can help reveal where the tone is. Here we can hear and see a dominant frequency at about 350 Hz, and can then choose a plan of action. Spectrum analyzers can also be ideal for handling frequencies that are harder to hear, and this can be great for keeping an eye on low and sub-bass behaviour. Looking at this bass sound, the analyzer shows there are a lot of low and sub frequencies in it. Typically we would handle this using a high-pass filter, and here, using our EQ analyzer in post-EQ mode, we can also see the outcome and adjust the filter cutoff and slope to taste. Finally, correlation meters. These indicate the phase relationship between left and right stereo channels. A mono mix shows as fully positive. A fully negative reading would occur if left and right were identical, but one was phase inverted. Typically, a mix will meter as consistently positive. However, we may have individual elements in the mix that don't. This is all fine and often down to stereo miking or artificial width enhancement plugins. However, if when we listen in mono and elements disappear or decrease substantially in level, it can be handy using the correlation meter on those elements to assess how much the left-right channels are out of phase and how this changes over time.